Hey guys, you like this eye look? Stay tuned and you'll see how I did it. Hey guys, this is Jennifer. And in today's video, I'm going to show you a smoky eye look that you can wear when you're getting ready to go out and so forth. So I'm going to get right into it. Not a whole lot of chit chat. And I'm just going to tell you what I'm putting on my face. So first, I always start off with a cleanse and moisturized face. Believe it or not, that can make a difference in how your foundation is adhering to your face. So make sure you wash and moisturize your face, number one. Number two, I'm going to put foundation primer on. I am a firm believer in foundation primer. This is the kind that I use. I do use a Mary Kay foundation primer. It also has an SPF 15 in it. So I just dab that on my face like so. Okay. And I make sure that gets absorbed in. If you want to see my skincare routine, I might do another video where I show my evening skincare routine. Okay, so next, what I do is I have an eye primer. So when you're going to put on any eye makeup that you want to last all day, it's better to use a primer to get started. And I just dab some on my eyelids, okay? Get that started, let that dry. Okay, you see I'm using my ring finger to dab, just gently dab on the eyelid, okay, to get it in. Now, of course, you can use a brush. I just don't use a brush for that. That's just my preference. But if you want to use a brush, you can. All the products that I'm using is Mary Kay. So what I like to do is let that kind of dry a little bit, and then I will start on my brow tint. So this is a brow tint in the color of brunette. So I will put that to give my eyebrows more definition and shape. And also I have a few gray hairs in there, so it tints the color and it kind of adheres to the lashes, the brows that you already have, and make it look fuller. So for all of us that are in our 40s, you may start to notice, or in our 50s, because I'm in my 50s, I'm 50 and I'm going to be 51. This kind of adheres to the hairs that you already have, plumps them up, juices them up a little bit, and you now have more lashes than you had before. Okay, so I like to use it in brunette because my hair is a lighter color. So now I'm coming in with a brow pencil in the same color. It's brunette. It's a precision brow liner, just to darken it up, give it a little bit more shape and form. Okay, I don't use this a whole lot. I use it sometimes. And what I just put under my eye is a color corrector, and it's to ditch the dullness. I have a lot of dark circles under my eye. So to combat that, I just put a little bit of that on. Now I'm putting on magnetic lashes, and so prior to that, sometimes I like to put on a little mascara, and this is a lash primer to condition my lashes because I really don't have that many lashes. But just before I put on my mascara, I like to put this on. Okay. So now I'm going to take, I have two concealers. Sometimes I just use the deep bronze. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But sometimes I'll use this, this is a light bronze concealer. And what I'm gonna do is put it under my eye like so. And just kind of dab it under here. Now, why I'm doing that is to get rid of those dark circles under the eye. Okay, and add a little brightness under the eye, which can help when I'm putting on my highlighter. So I'm taking the light bronze and then just putting it closer to the eye, like this, okay? Now, if you want to outline your brows, I don't always, but if you want to amp up your look, you could outline your brows. So I'm gonna take this brush and I'm just gonna put a little bit on the ends of the brush in light bronze, and I'm gonna just do a little dipping like this and do a little dipping like that. I don't necessarily do this when I create my looks, but it will give you a more defined brow. So I just kind of outline the brow like that. Okay, so while this is going, I also have a sponge. I'm gonna finish with these brows a little bit. We're gonna just take it and define around it, go under. And this is an optional step. You don't have to do this, but sometimes it will make your brow stand out a little bit more. But you don't want a very strong line. You just want to give it a little highlight. So sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. In a lot of my videos, if you look on my TikTok, I do not do this, but this is just an option. This is what I call an upgrade. So when you're going out, you may want to do this step when you're going out as opposed to an everyday brow, okay? So now I'm going to take my sponge right here. You don't have to use a sponge. You can use whatever you have. You can use a brush or whatever. And I'm just going to take this and just kind of go into the eye, all into the eye. Okay, and if you could see, it just took away that dark circle and all of that. So that's why I do that. I'm going to do the other side the same thing. And I have both my daughters at home. They're making a lot of noise. Plus I have 3 dogs. So you may hear some strange noise. And I might take it and just kind of blend that in a little bit on the top, so it just kind of blends it in. Okay, so now I'm ready to put on my makeup. So I'm going to put on my eyeshadow first. Now, this is a personal preference, but I like to put on my eyeshadow first because if there's any transfer, and sometimes I don't do this step, I wait to do that step last, but I will do this step first just so I can show you. So first, I'm going to go in with this color right here. This is mahogany. And I'm just going to go above the brow. I have a hooded eye, so I'm going to go slightly above the brow and just tap some of that color in right there. Just tap it. And I'm using what's called a cream color brush. There's also an eyeshadow brush, specifically for eyeshadow, but I like this brush to put my makeup on. So I tap it in there. You use tapping motions rather than a sweeping motion, as you can tell. That allows less eyeshadow to drop off. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, so here's the thing. If you want a very basic look, you can stop here. You could put just blend with your blending brush and stop here. Put on your eyeliner and keep going. But we're going to amp it up a little bit more, okay? So I'm going to take, this is a limited edition. It's a Mary Kay. It's a liquid eyeshadow. And it's called Graphite, okay? So I'm going to take this Graphite. It has an applicator, and I'm just going to put this all along the lid right here. Start in the corner, and I'm going to put it all in the lid like so. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing to the other. Now, you don't have to put that mahogany in the crease. You could start off with this. I'm just trying to show you what you can do to blend it. And you can just start with this first. Some people want to just do a dramatic eye. And this is very glittery. And bold, okay? So there we go. We put it on like so. So I'm going to take my brush now, and I'm going to get another brush. My other brush, it's another cream color brush, and I'm going to go into this color, Onyx, right here. And I'm just tapping the brush because I'm going to take the outer V. This is what's called the outer V, and just tap it in on the outer V like that. So you see how immediately it gives you a smoky effect immediately. So again, when you're going to parties and you want to be dramatic, you just put this in the outer V. Put a dark color in your outer V, and you've got an immediate smoky effect. And you can come in, like you could come in a little bit more on that. I'm going to do that on the other side. Okay, so you see that we have the smoky eye going on. All right, so now we're gonna take this color. You could take this color, or if you want even a more glittery, you could take this lighter color right here. But I'm gonna take this color right here and just, again, dab the brush on it. So we just want a little bit, and we're gonna come right under the brow bone, right there, with this peach color. Okay, so you pretty much, your look is pretty much complete. We're just gonna do some blending. Give it a minute, we're gonna blend. So I'm gonna got my blending brush right here, and I'm just gonna sweep it. Just do like a windshield wiper motion just to blend the colors more. Okay, so for right now, we're pretty much done with the eyes. Okay, so now we're going to go with the actual makeup. So I am using a mineral powder. This is Bronze 4, and I'm going to take my brush here, and I should try some of their new Mary Kay just came out with a new setting powder, so let me try that new setting powder. This is a light bronze. So I tried the medium bronze, and the medium bronze was a little bit too dark. So for somebody like me, I am golden brown. Yeah, this might be more my color, but it might be a little too light. So this looks a little too light. I might have to mix it, because let me show you. This is the new light bronze, and this is the other bronze. So you can see that there's a little bit of a difference. So sometimes what I'll end up doing, I'm gonna start with my Bronze 4, which is being discontinued, by the way, and I'm just gonna dust it all over my face. So ladies, for you guys who do not like to wear a whole lot of makeup, this is your solution right here. I use a mineral powder. And as long as you have a brush, it doesn't get super messy, because I dust off a little bit and put it in the cap and just dust my face. off as I go. See? So for all of you guys, pretty much the look is done. The look is done. You can go out like this, put a little lipstick on, and your look is done. Now, if you want to amp it up, I'm going to show you how you can amp it up for the glam. Okay? Now, for me, I don't wear an under eyeliner. That's just my preference. My eyes water a lot, but what you can do if you want to put an under eyeliner, I have another brush, this brush right here, and you can put it in your onyx and just sweep it. Sometimes I do sweep it under the eye, just about halfway. You don't want to go all the way in. You just want to go halfway, and that gives your eyes a bigger look. Let me just go ahead and demonstrate that. I'll go ahead and do it for this. Typically, I do not. So I take this brush. This is worn off. I believe this is called a see? It's a spoolie brush that has this end on it. You could take this end and do the same thing. Okay, so I won't do that, but I'm going to take what I have already on this and just kind of sweep right here. Just right there. Okay, to that point. And that way it opens up your eyes a little bit, and it's not eyeliner, but it gives the effect of eyeliner. Okay, so, all right. So now I'm gonna see what this other, this lighter powder is doing. I'm just gonna put a little bit and see what it does. I'm gonna put some under here. Okay, it's okay. First, let me do the blush. Okay, so first, you can do this with powder, you could do this with makeup, but Mary Kay came out with a limited edition. It's a contouring stick. This is called Get Sculpted 2. So I'm gonna take just a line and draw it right here. I'm gonna take a line and draw it right here. Now, of course, like I said, I can just put on my lipstick and be done from here. But to amp it up even more, we're gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna draw a line right here, because I have like double chin. So I'm gonna draw a line right here. Okay, and I'm gonna just put a little line right here, and a little line right here. Okay. So now I'm going to take my blending brush and just blend that in. Okay, so it has taken in my contour quite a bit, just doing that along the chin right there. Okay, so now we're gonna put in our blush. So I have this is specifically for blush, and you can hold the tip depending on what you want to do with it. So I'm gonna start off with my blush. I typically only use one type of blush. Well, I have two actually, I use two. So I'm gonna start right here, right above where I put the contour at, just to give me just a little color. just a little bit, okay? I'm gonna come on this side and do a little bit there too. Just a little bit. Okay, so then on top of that, I'm gonna take the flat part of the brush and really dust in this golden copper, which is my other blush that I use. And I'm gonna put it just slightly above. Slightly above there, okay? And then to add just my final, I'm gonna take the tip of the brush and kind of just dust it right here from my highlighter. Okay, just a little bit. Now, if you wanna go crazy, you could take your concealer, put a little bit here. I don't do all of that typically. I don't do all of that. I just go with that, okay? So I'm done with that. And now I'm going to put on my lipstick. So my favorite lipstick I don't have with me, which is my Violet Grazie. But I have a limited edition that I will put on here for the effect. And it is called Sunstone, if I can find it. I think this is it. Yep, Sunstone. So I don't put on a whole lot of lip liner. I probably should. But if you want to do a lip liner, I tend to use a lipstick as a lip liner. So I have another older lipstick that has been discontinued. It was a special edition called Pure Matillo, and I will line my lips with that. Just lightly. And I'm going to put this on. Because I have a strong eye on, I tend to go lighter. You can go nude with the lipstick if you want, but if you really want to bring the boldness, go ahead, go for it. Wear whatever lipstick you want. Okay, so this is the finished look, you guys. Let me come closer so you can see it. And of course, you can always blend. If you don't see something that you like that came out right, you could always blend it a little bit better. Sometimes I need to come back and put a little bit more concealer on that area because it's still a little dark. So just a little dot or two like that to lighten that area up. Okay. Then we're gonna just dab that in, blend that in some more. And that also gives me more of a highlighted look under the eye. See? Of course, if you put too much, you might have to come back with that darker. I'm gonna put just a little bit darker color. Just to balance it out some more. Just a dab. Just a dab. Okay. And that way, if you had any fallout from your makeup, just dab. Now I was going pretty slow because I was explaining it, but of course you could do this much quicker. If you know, and once you get the hang of it, it doesn't take you as long as it might take you normally. Okay. All right, so we got that. So now we're gonna take our makeup spray. Sometimes I use translucent powder. I'm gonna get this makeup spray. I'm gonna spray my face. And there you go. You're good to go. So that's it. And until next time, stay Wookie.